Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Universe SMP. I am in some kind of cupboard, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really. I just placed a door down because I didn't want to die, and of course it is nighttime. Now, you're probably looking at where I am right now and thinking, where? I don't even know where this place is. It would seem that I am lagging a tiny little bit as I'm trying to sleep in this bed here, which seems to be an issue I'm having quite a bit recently. Oh, never mind. Damon went to sleep, or Laura. She's a new member on the server, or he. They basically said in the Discord that they don't care what they go by, whether it's he or she or Damon or Laura. So, yes, as you can see, I'm lagging quite a little bit. I've been struggling to get on the server recently. I mean, I haven't been on for a few days, but when I was on, this is what I mean. I'm lagging, and this is how you can tell I'm lagging, because it's making me non-stop fly, and that's a little bit annoying. But I've been trying to get a little bit of work done. Me and Dylan have been planning out our mega base, because quite a few other people are getting started on them. Decisive is getting started on his mega base, but he's also doing a load of other things. Gaming Explorer, also known as Evan, I believe he's Evan. I have a little list that I left, obviously. Yeah, Evan, his name is. I had a little list, but I'm going to join back on the server. We'll talk more. Hopefully, I won't be as laggy when I join back. Okay, I just joined back, so I might still be a little bit laggy. Not too sure, but it's fine. Anyway, what I was saying was, we're getting started on our mega base. I'm going to take off this elytra because it's just annoying at this point. But yes, we're getting started on this mega base, and I mentioned a while ago that I wanted to go for like a Tuscan palace maybe, and we are doing that, although I don't think it's necessarily going to be Tuscan, I guess. Although it's going to be made out of the same sort of materials, but I'm not sure it's exactly Tuscan, but it's going to look pretty cool anyway. Dylan and, well, me and Dylan and I, whatever, have been working on this in a single player world, and also we put it on a server hosted by Eternos. But we did that so we could kind of get the layout, but in the end we decided that we didn't want to do it on the creative world. We wanted to do it as we go on the server. So since then we managed to get this little staircase together, which Dylan made the stairs and going up, so he'll add in all the texture variation and all that. I added in these to go around, and the little waterfall, it's going to be a bit bigger. We're going to put some fish in there or something like that. And the idea is that this is the compound, right? So we've got the layout here. These are going to be towers. The cobblestone is going to be walls. This is going to be where the gate is to get into the compound. There's going to be, I suppose, what could we use to mark this out? Let's go grab something that we can use to mark out the stable. We're going to have a stable where we can put our horses. I've got a donkey, but that's it. And I got the donkey off camera. So much has happened since I last recorded. I think the last episode was fighting the Wither, and that was a while ago. I think that was the last episode anyway that I filmed. I don't really remember, because I recorded it pretty quickly and then saved it for the week after, so it's been a while since I've actually recorded. But I've still done quite a lot of work on the server, so it's quite interesting actually. But, what block should I use to mark this out? I don't know, I might just have to go for something. Try to look for something that I've got quite a lot of. I mean, cobblestone I could always use, but I want to use something different to what we've got, really. You know what? Let's use some sandstone. Why not? Let's use some sandstone to mark this out. So the stables are going to be in this corner. And the reason for this is because I figured the way it would be, people would come in through the gate, and instead of having to go all the way around the palace to, you know, put their horses up and away in the stables, they might as well, it makes more sense to have the stables right here, so as soon as they come in, they can go and put the horses away. So I think it could be interesting to work with a diagonal. I mean, we haven't really done that much in anything, to be fair, or at least I haven't. So I think it could be interesting to work with that, maybe. So this could be one pen, right, like this, and then this would be another one, and then it would come forward like this, and this would be another one, I think. So that would be 3 pens. I mean, we could make it 4, actually, and then we can have it so that it comes out one more here, like so. And then this could be another pen, so that's 4 horse pens there. And then maybe we can make some more, like on the outside or something like that. But I kind of just wanted to do this because I wanted to mark out where everything's going to be, really. So then, if we've got that, the pens aren't going to be overly big. I think the gates to get into the pens will be about there, so they're going to be about that size. So we can work that out. I do want to work with some sandstone as well, because the main structure, the plan is, Dylan wanted to do it so that there's stone on the bottom because it's lifted up. So we're going to have cobblestone, andesite, maybe some dead coral in there, just to add in the texture variation. It's going to be like all piled up, like rocks piled up. And then I worked on a gradient. It's going to go from mostly granite and a little bit of brick, mostly granite, a little bit of brick, and then up to mostly brick and a little bit of granite, and then mostly brick and a little bit of terracotta, and then mostly terracotta and a little bit of brick. And it's going to go up like that and have a gradient. I think it's going to look pretty cool. Dylan didn't seem too fond of the idea, but I think once it's done, I think it's going to look really good. So hopefully we can make him come around to the idea of that, and it should look pretty good. But yeah, so I do want to try and include some sandstone into the build. I think we're going to use it for to surround the windows, I think. And that idea for the windows actually is going to be inspired by the town hall that Gree and B00 and Scar made on Hermitcraft, because the design they used for the window frames was actually really, really nice. So we're going to try and include that into this build. I think it's going to look pretty cool. I know I'm getting a little bit distracted and running all over the place. It's I don't know, it's been a while since I recorded this, so I feel a little bit weird. Plus, I'm doing it by myself without Dylan this time. It's also worth mentioning that since the last episode, me and Dylan did fight another wither. So we have 2 beacons now. Yeah. Completely forgot about that. But anyway, I don't really know exactly what I want this structure to look like. I feel like we need to have a little bit of room. Maybe we don't actually need these like this. We can just get rid of these because these are going to be gates. So we can have this come out like this. But I want it to be pretty open at the front, I think. So let's see, how big is this going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, I can work with that. I can indeed work with that. So 15, if we have 3 entrances, what could we do? We could do like this, and then we could have a 3 wide entrance. I don't know, actually. I didn't mean to sound like a villager there, just kind of happened. But let's see, if we do a 3 like this, and then we can have this like this, and then another 3, and then we can have... I did it again. I don't know why I'm sounding like a villager today, but anyway, there we go. How does that look? I think that could look pretty cool. If these are going to be... These could be arches, right, to get into the stables, I think, is the idea I've got. So it's going to be a little bit less diagonal on the front by the looks of it. It only goes in 3, whereas on the back it goes out 4, but that's fine. We're going to have a very generic roof for this, but I think this could look pretty cool. Dylan originally wanted this gate to be diagonal as well, but it would have been way too difficult to do, so we decided against that. But we are going to have parts of the palace that are going to be diagonal, including the walls, because I could have brought the stone out. This is what I was thinking off camera when I was making the layout. We could bring this wall all the way out to this, right? Because this is where the outer walls and I do want the walls and the palace to be connected, but that is just going to be a straight wall across, and we don't want that. So we are going to curve it and add in some diagonals so it's not just a flat wall all the way to these, like, outer walls, I guess. So it's basically going to be me working on the layout in this episode. I know I keep pressing tab as well. Don't know why, it's just a habit at this point. But I do want to get some of the layout of this palace done first, and then once that's done, we can actually get started on the actual build rather than, well, once we get the layout done, we can basically do anything. So we also need to work out the walls and how many towers there's going to be and things like that. It's going to be quite a few, and I'm not entirely sure what the walls are going to be made out of quite yet. I think it's going to be like, I think it's going to go from like cobblestone to stone. It's going to be another gradient and all the way up to terracotta, I think. So it's going to be similar to the palace, but not quite like that as well. So you can still tell that it's separate, I guess. But anyway, let's see what we can do here, because we need to work out what everything is going to look like. So me and Dylan, oh, lag, there you go. Me and Dylan decided that this is going to be where the dining room and the kitchen is, off this way, and then this way is going to be like a little lounge. He actually came up with the idea that this should be slightly modern, but not modern. Like, the main structure is going to be like an old palace or manor or something like that, but then on the inside have like a somewhat modern day interior rather than a Tuscan interior, which I thought was actually quite interesting. So not modern as in modern, like loads of whites and this and that, but modern as in we can have a TV in there, and we can have fish tanks, and we can have, you know, things that we'd have nowadays, basically, but inside this Tuscan palace. And I actually thought that was kind of a cool idea to do, so we are going to do that. So it's not going to be like a Tuscan styled kitchen, it's going to be basically modern, so we might have a little chandelier hanging from the ceiling and things like that. I think it's going to look pretty cool. I do have ideas to have end rods on the dining table to basically resemble candles. I think that could look pretty cool. But that's enough wandering around. Let's work out this. Okay, so this is going to be where... This is going to be the hallway, right? You come straight in the hallway. It's going to be stairs leading up to the second floor, which is where the bedrooms and things like that are going to be. Probably in our enchanting area as well, our library, that kind of thing. Study, I guess, could be a pretty cool idea. We also want to have a trophy room and also a fish room. Dylan came up with that idea, and at first I was like, nah, I don't like that. But the more I think about it, yeah, I'm going to try, if I can. It's going to take ages if I try to do this, but I want to try and get maybe a guardian or two in one of the tanks, maybe get some dolphins, some turtles. We can get a bunch of fish, pufferfish, cod, salmon. Maybe we can even get a drowned, who knows? It's going to be quite difficult, but actually no, it's not. We could just get a zombie in there, drown it, and then boom, got drowned. So I suppose it's easier than I thought. But anyway, moving on from that, let's see. I keep dwelling, I know, I'm procrastinating. But let's see. So we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 so far. 8 so far. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I know I keep stopping and starting again, but I just realized that I need to do something. I need to mark out where the windows are going to be. Because if this is going to be the wall here, right, leading into the bedroom, we're going to put this here and this there. Not bedroom, living room, lounge, whatever you want to call it. There's going to be windows. So I think that the first window is going to be here, right, like this. So this is going to be the first window, which does then mean that we're going to have to work out where the rest of them are going to be, because we need to make sure that they're even. So we're going to go... let's see. Okay. Gonna go mostly granite. Sorry for clearing my throat. That was probably very loud. I apologize for that. I also got quite a few cats. There's a village over there. And I have, I think, if we go to advancements, go to husbandry, I have every cat but one. So I need to get that. I think the only one I don't have is the original Siamese. Was it Siamese cat? I think so. Like the original, there, where back when there were only 3 versions of cats in the game: the black and white one, the ginger one, and the Siamese one. I just need that one, and then I've got all of them basically. So I think we could do a 3 long gap like that, and then it'll be like this, and we can add 1 brick in there. And then what if? Okay, I've got an idea. I think I know what I'm gonna do here. So this is gonna be another window. And then, I think we can start bringing it inwards, right? How does that look? If we go down the stairs here, and take a look at that, I think it could look good to have 3 windows, and then it can start going around. Because I also want it so that under these stairs, you can go up the stairs, or you can go under the stairs. And under the stairs, it's going to lead round into this back area, and I want a really nice, like, lush garden in the center of it to be like the centerpiece, and I think that could look really nice. We can put in some custom trees, throw in some flowers, some animals. I think it's going to look really nice when it's done. So we just need to work on that, really. Let's build up this. Okay, so we're going to bring this all the way around. I don't know how many I want this to be, or how big, I guess. So it goes 2 and then the 3, and that's where the wall is. So that's where it'll have to start going inwards. So let's see. I do think there needs to be a way to get around the palace. That's definitely an important thing. So maybe it won't connect to the walls, even if it's not that big of a gap. It still needs to be a gap. Maybe we can... Okay, I've got an idea for what to do now. Let's have a 5 wide gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is going to be a walkway. Right, so that the guards can get through, or whoever it is that's got to go down there, I guess. Am I getting cobblestone back from that? No, I'm not, because it's silk touch. Okay, so now what we want to do is, I'm trying not to mirror what we've already got. So actually, let's just not use brick for that. Let's just use granite. Okay, so now that we've got that, this is where the wall is going to go inwards. Maybe we could use brick for this, actually. So brick there, and then we can have brick here too. Like that. It doesn't really matter because it's going to look quite messy anyway. And the more I overthink it, the more I will stress out about it and make it not even and not odd, and it's confusing. But anyway, this is going to be what it's going to be like this way. And then, how are we going to do this? Maybe we can have more than 3 windows, I guess, but then we can start making it go diagonal. I think could look pretty good. Let's see, so we had a 3 wide gap over there, so maybe what we can actually do here is... Oh, I timed out. Of course I did. Right, well, I'm going to hop back on the server, and I'll be right back. Back on the server. Okay, so... Also, the audio didn't cut out there. I just, for some reason, decided to start that clip off with back on the server, rather than, and we're back on the server. Don't ask. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, okay, so let's grab this back, because I got an idea. We can have 2 here, which is going to be the window, right? Which is going to be another window. I don't want too many windows. This is the thing. And I think on the corners, we're not going to need too many windows anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 granite like this, and then this can be another granite. We do have a shulker box full of granite, I think, so we should be alright on that. Plus there's loads here that we can just dig up and all that, because it's going to be grass anyway. And I want to kind of cover up the desert grass as much as I can. That's why the stables is going there as well. Stables are going there. And also, I like this nice green grass, because we were originally going to build this in the desert, but because of the grass colour, I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. So we've got like this greeny, like cold looking green color, which kind of looks nice, I think. So we're going to go out like this, and this is going to be the 5th window, right? And then I think this could work out. I think we could use this. So let's see, if we go like this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, so that's 5 windows. And then this is where it's going to end, right? So we need to find a way to bring this around. Maybe we can go like this and bring it, actually, let's make it so that it's 2, like this. Where did that brick then go? I'm not sure if the blocks aren't dropping because I'm lagging. Yeah, the blocks aren't dropping because I'm lagging. That's great. Okay. That happens from time to time. That's what kind of makes it slightly difficult to record on here sometimes. Although I do still want to do it because I'm still very excited about being on the server and about this build, actually. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how it looks. There you go. I'm gone again. Does make it a little bit difficult because it's an American-based server, I believe. It's kind of a little bit laggy for the people that aren't from America. But, I mean, there's times where I'm completely fine on it, but my internet has been really strange recently. So, I guess I'm just going to join back the server and I'll bring you back. And if this happens a few more times, I guess we'll just have to end the episode there. But I'll join back and I'll see you all then. There we go, so we're back. Let's just make sure. Okay, yeah, good. We are back and running. Right, so what I wanted to do over here, let's climb back up. It's a little bit annoying to climb up. I did make scaffolding. There we go. I was going to say, everyone found a jungle in the end, and not in the end, but they found it in the end. Not in the dimension the end, but they found it in the end after looking for it for ages. And I had already found bamboo, because I found it in a shipwreck, so I've been growing that, and I've got a little bit of scaffolding. Dylan claims that it's useless, but, I mean, I use it quite a bit. But let's see. Okay, so we're going to make this 2, I think. And then, that way, we can then make it 1, and then it can go around, maybe? Yeah, okay. So let's see. Let's bring this around like so. Let's grab that. Thank you. Okay, so that's 1. And then maybe we can have another brick like so. Grab that back. Thank you very much. And let's see. We can have this be 3. I think could look pretty good. And then we can make this another granite there. And then another granite. And followed by brick. Granite, brick, and then this is where it's going to go around. So it's going to be curved by the looks of it, so that could be pretty interesting. I have an idea for the roof. On the roof, it's basically going to have this first layer, which is going to be brick, granite, and terracotta. Then the second layer, like the second floor, I think... Oh, flying is not enabled on the server, apparently. You know what? I'm just going to explain what I'm going to do. The idea is to, you know what, gonna hop into the single player world and I'll show you what I mean. So we're in my single player world now, which is the world download from my the server that me and Dylan were working on. So this was our original idea. We were marking it all out. As you can see, the walls are the same. The gate is in a different place. This wall is different as well. This is where the stables are, so the stable's still in the same place. We're gonna have a nice little balcony here. And I actually completely forgot about this. This is going to be like a room where the guards live, is the idea for that. And this is what we've got. So this is the same, like I mentioned. This is going to be the pond and all that. It does kind of look like a love heart, but I'm not too worried about that. This is what we came up with. So this is what I mean for the windows. This is what the windows are going to look like. I think that's going to look really nice. And as you can see, this is the gradient I was talking about. So it goes granite, mostly granite, then, you know, mostly brick, then brick with a little terracotta, and then mostly terracotta and brick. And that was what I went with. But that, to me, looks too tall. And it's going to be... This is the thing. I've got to think about how I'm going to decorate the inside of this. And it's alright making these massive builds, but then the interior design on the inside is going to look tiny compared to the room. So I decided that it's not going to be this tall on this first floor. I think it's going to be 2 per gradient, so mostly granite, then mostly brick, then mostly terracotta. So as you can see, it's actually going to be 4 blocks shorter, and I think that's a better size. I might even make it 1 taller. I'm not too sure exactly how tall, but I don't want to make it too big because, like I said, it's going to make it difficult to decorate. So if we go like this, we can break this down again. So what I was mentioning was that the second floor, I think I want it to be, let's see, orange terracotta. And also, I want to include some stripped acacia logs. I think that could look pretty cool. So maybe if we add in some of this just to texture it up, or maybe it can just be mostly orange terracotta, and then this can be for like the windows, because here we've got this. It could be like this maybe. I don't really know exactly. And actually, compared to the orange terracotta, acacia wood is actually quite pink, it seems. So that's quite funny actually. Yeah. I mean, we can also add in some acacia planks as well in here. And then this is just the kind of idea I've got for this build, I guess. So I think it could look pretty cool. So that's what I was saying, basically. It's going to be this texture on the top, and then yeah, we are going to make it so that it's so that we can see where it's changed. So whether that be from like a pillar or something, it won't be acacia logs probably, but just so that you can see where it transitions, so it's not just straight. Oh yeah, it's gone to orange like this. This is going to be a little bit strange, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. But what I was saying for the roof is I have an idea to have it so that it's like a facade, and the idea behind that is to have it like this. So imagine, okay, let's build this up real quick. Imagine this is the roof, right? You can always have the traditional roof where it's just blocks going up, you know, like this and whatever. But I don't want to do that. I want to make it look like it has a roof, but then it's going to actually be like this. And I saw a design on Instagram that I took some inspiration from. And the idea is to make it look like there's a roof coming out, right? It's going to be a little bit longer and higher than this, but then when you're actually up top, it's going to be like this, right? So these are going to be, imagine this is the roof. Let's build this out one more, like this. So it looks like there's a roof hanging off, but then when you're actually up here, it's going to be like gravel or something like that up the top, like this. And we can basically walk around, we can have some plants on here. So it's going to be basically completely flat on the top. But it's going to look from below like it's not, is the idea. It probably doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my head. And hopefully I can bring that into the build to sort of show off exactly what I'm trying to get across, I guess. So it would seem that we're going to be ending this episode in a creative world. If not, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and join Universe SMP one last time just to record the outro, and then that'll be done. So I hope you can get the idea of what we're going to do here. And like I said, this is going to be basically where the lounge is. It's way too big here, as you can see, and it's going to be, you know, I didn't want it to be this big, and that's exactly why I've tried to make it smaller, although it's actually not that much smaller in or on the server, I guess. So it's just going to be not as long, I guess. But then this is where the garden's going to be. It's going to come out here. This is the lounge, not lounge, dining room, and then the kitchen here is the idea behind that. But yeah, so you can get the idea of what we're trying to do, to go for here. So I'll join the Universe SMP, do the outro, and that'll be the end of the video. Right, I think I'm lagging again. Yeah, I just took damage from when I fell a minute ago. But sorry that this episode has been a little bit strange, and I haven't been able to be on the server that much without lagging and getting kicked off for flying or whatever it is that happened all the way throughout this episode. But I wanted to just make this video so that I could upload it on the Thursday, which is when I'm recording this. Because I wanted to make sure that I'm getting at least one episode of Universe SMP out a week, because I just want to basically show that I am still making this. I am still on it, still working, although it's sometimes difficult to make the episodes when there's that much lag. But thank you, Laura, for sleeping. And yeah, as you can see, we're starting the palace build, which is going to be our mega base, and it's going to look very nice. We have plans to have like a little town around us as well. It's going to look very nice when it's done, okay? And this is actually going to be the first big build that me and my brother have actually worked on together. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this turns out. So stay tuned to find out where this build goes. I'm going to do a little bit of work off camera as well, because this is going to take a while. But thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully next episode I won't be lagging off and on the server. So if you have enjoyed, stick around for the next one, which will be out very soon. And I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye! And also, all the other members' channels links are in the description, so if you like my content, make sure you go and check them out too. Okay, bye!